Hi, I'm Dr. Gokul from Dental Implants Videos. Thanks for joining me today. Recently, there's been a lot more talk about zirconia dental implants. Some dentists are talking about how these metal-free zirconia dental implants are so much better for you than the traditional metallic titanium dental implants. Is this true? Well, firstly, we need to understand what makes up a titanium dental implant and what makes up a zirconia dental implant. Firstly, titanium. Commonly, titanium dental implants are actually made of a titanium alloy, which contains mainly titanium, but also some other trace elements. Amongst this list of trace elements, you find aluminium, you find vanadium, you also find some oxygen. So actually, it is a titanium oxide. We don't talk about titanium dioxide implants, but in fact, that is exactly what they are. What about zirconia dental implants? Well, in fact, zirconia is also an oxide, just like titanium dioxide. The most important ingredient in a zirconia dental implant is something called zirconium. What is zirconium? Well, let's look at the periodic table of elements to find out. Here we have the periodic table of elements. And right here, we have titanium. And just below titanium, we have zirconium. But titanium is a metal, right? So why is zirconium right next to titanium? And that is because zirconium is also a metal. Yes, zirconia is made mainly of zirconium, which is a metal. Just like titanium implants, zirconia dental implants also contain a variety of ingredients. The main ingredient, of course, is the metal zirconium. It also contains some oxygen, and amongst the other trace elements, it contains something called yttrium, as well as some aluminium. So in fact, zirconia dental implants are actually composed mainly of metals. So we do have to realize that just like the titanium dental implant is mainly made of metal, the zirconia dental implant is also mainly composed of metals. So now you know, zirconia dental implants do contain metal. In fact, they are mainly composed of metals. Another question, is zirconia a ceramic? Let's first look at the general definition. So for example, if we look at the Oxford English Dictionary, it says, a ceramic is a pot or other object made of clay that has been made permanently hard by heat. So the zirconia doesn't fit that general definition. However, if you look at the glossary of prosodonic terms, it says ceramics are compounds of one or more metals with a non-metallic element, usually oxygen. So according to this text, yes, zirconia is a ceramic. But if you accept that definition, then if you look at titanium dioxide, well, titanium dioxide is also a ceramic because it too is a compound of one or more metals with a non-metallic element, usually oxygen. So, yes, zirconia is a ceramic, but a titanium dioxide implant, it's also technically a ceramic. So now that you know this fact, what does that mean for you? Does this mean that titanium dental implants are bad for you because they contain metal? Does it mean that zirconia dental implants are bad for you because they contain metal? Of course not. As long as these implants are sourced from a reputable manufacturer, they are perfectly safe for you. But what annoys me is how many dentists use in their marketing the words metal-free, claiming that they're using metal-free materials. Yes, zirconia dental implants are ceramic, but they contain metal. So how can they be metal-free? What do I think of zirconia? Well, I think zirconia is amazing. I've been using zirconia in crowns and bridges for many years now. It looks amazing and it's incredibly strong. Do I use zirconia dental implants? The answer there is no, not yet. When it comes to zirconia dental implants, I'm not saying that they are not good. The only problem that I have with zirconia dental implants is currently the research is very new. The research does show that zirconia implants look promising, but it is still relatively new. There's not enough long-term research to tell us just how long they're going to last. In the future, yes, there is going to be more research. And who knows, maybe in the years to come, there will be research that's going to tell us that zirconia dental implants are fantastic and they last a really long time. And who knows, maybe in the future, we will even discover that zirconia dental implants are actually superior to titanium dental implants. But currently, there is no long-term research on zirconia dental implants. What I do know for sure is there is a lot of information, a lot of research that has been done on titanium dental implants, and I know already about the success and longevity of titanium dental implants. I do not want to experiment on my patients to find out how good zirconia dental implants are. In the future, there is going to be more research, and if future research will tell me that zirconia dental implants are good, then I will try them. But until then, I'm going to stick with the tried and tested titanium dental implant. I do not want to experiment on my patients. At the moment, the only advantage that I can see with a zirconia dental implant is the fact that it's tooth-colored, which implies potentially better aesthetics, yes? But don't forget, a dental implant is placed inside the bone, below the gum. You can't usually see any of a dental implant. Very rarely, in a highly visible area, for example, when a patient has a high smile line, or when a patient has a very thin gum, there is a possibility you might see a slight bit of a grayness at the margin of the crown and the implant, where the crown and the implant meet. But there's a simple solution to this. Use a zirconia abutment. Don't forget how an implant works. Let me just show this to you again. This is how an implant works. Deep inside, you have the actual implant, which is placed inside the bone. On the outside, you have the crown, which is what looks like a tooth. And what connects the crown to the implant is something called an abutment. And we use different materials for these different things. Sometimes, if you have a patient that has a very high smile line and a very thin type of gum, you can't see the margin of where the crown meets the implant, the abutment area. Sometimes that is slightly visible. Well, there's a simple solution to this. Firstly, make sure you place the implant in the bone, not above the bone where it could potentially be visible. And for your abutment, use a zirconia abutment, something that's tooth-colored. That way, you're going to see something that's tooth-colored. Problem solved. If I ever have a case where a patient has a really high smile line and some slightly thinner gum, well, I make sure to place the implant in the bone, and then I will use a zirconia abutment, a tooth-colored abutment, and it looks great. I am a fan of zirconia, used correctly. I don't like using zirconia dental implants, but I do love using zirconia for crowns and bridges. Zirconia has been used as crowns and bridges for many, many years now, and in fact it has actually gotten better as time has gone by. Look, there are certain metals which are potentially dangerous to us. If you look at dentistry, amalgam fillings have been used for a long, long time, and in fact they are still very widely used. Remember, amalgam fillings contain mercury. And mercury, yeah, it is bad for you. Just by the way, we do not use any mercury-containing fillings in our practice. But we've got to get it out of our heads. Just because something is a metal does not mean it's bad for us. If you think about sodium, potassium, iron, these are all metals. And as humans, we actually need them inside our bodies to survive. And certainly a titanium dioxide and a zirconium dioxide derived from metal is not necessarily dangerous for us just because it's derived from metal. So, to summarize, I'm not saying that zirconia dental implants are necessarily bad for you. I just don't see enough good long-term research available yet to justify using it on my patients. I don't want to use my patients as guinea pigs to see how long a zirconia dental implant is going to last. In the future, if I see enough good long-term research that supports zirconia dental implants, then I will be happy to give it a try. Look, I am very open to it. I love zirconia. I've been using zirconia in my crowns and bridges for years now. I think it looks great and it's very strong. But when it comes to dental implants, I know that there's a lot of research out there that tells me about the success and longevity of titanium dental implants. So for right now, I'm sticking with titanium dental implants. Please do not be misled by somebody who says they're going to use metal-free dental implants in your mouth. Chances are that's not true. Certainly if they're going to be using zirconia. And even somebody who says they're going to use metal-free zirconia crowns and bridges in your mouth, that's also not true. Zirconia crowns and bridges also contain metal. Yes, zirconia is a ceramic, but it is made mainly from metal. In fact, the reason that zirconia is so strong is the fact that it is derived from metal. But remember, I'm not saying that metal is bad for you. All I'm saying is that zirconia is not metal-free. It's still a great product. It's still a great material. And it's been used as crowns and bridges for a long time now. I love using zirconia as crowns and bridges and for the substructure of crowns and bridges. But as dental implants, zirconia is relatively new and there's limited research. I'm going to wait for more research to come out before I will try using a dental implant made from zirconia. For now, I will stick with titanium for my dental implants and commonly zirconia for my crowns and bridges. I hope that helps clarify things for you and helps you make a better decision about whether you choose between zirconia or titanium dental implants. If you have any questions, please contact us by telephone or contact us through our website or ask us a question in the comments. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.